The beat just dropped. I'm at the top, sitting with Daniel, and no, we won't stop. Okay, so here we are. Welcome back to the Jasmine Star Show, an unexpected bonus dropping in your ears. I am with the ever amazing Daniel. Welcome, Daniel.
Thank you.
This is the first time that we're recording our podcast in person, sitting across from each other.
That's right, first time.
Okay. So just a brief update. Y'all know if you want to get more information, you can listen to the Crypto Curious podcast. Here on the Jasmine Star Show, we have a 5-part series laying the foundation for NFT, for people who are NFTs, people who are curious about learning around these projects, and as well as Web3. We have laid the foundation, and a couple things have transpired since then. They wanted to bring Daniel back in preparation for what we're about to drop coming up in the next few weeks. But Daniel, first, welcome. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm feeling fueled after all the stuff we've been talking today. So.
Good. Daniel, at the end of the meeting, Daniel closed officially the meeting, and he was just like, so we just basically plan to drop a feature by the end of June. Like, it was completely unexpected. We're like, whoa, it's happening. It's happening. So we were on a fire, we're on a roll, and then we decided to have this conversation and bring up a few little updates. One of those updates being last week was my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. I just wait for it. I always like see people like, it's my birthday. What are you going to say? But Daniel surprised me with something extra amazing. And I wanted to do a reveal of Daniel's birthday gift to me. And so my birthday was last week, and then Daniel texted me and he's like, hey, you might want to check out your wallet. And I decided that I wasn't going to look at my wallet because I wanted to record us doing a reveal. And so you're going to hear, yes. Okay. So explain right now, like somebody who's completely unfamiliar, how they're like, how is this happening? What are you doing? How did you gift Jasmine an NFT? And it's also your own creation.
Yeah. Okay. So, I was looking through OpenSea the other, like a week or two ago, and I was like, I gotta get Jasmine a gift, like something that, we talk about crypto all the time, and I was like, something of an NFT would be great. And I was looking through things, and I was like, okay, this really doesn't fit her character, or like this, I don't feel like really matches any of the conversations we've had. So I really was struggling to find something that I was like, wow, this is exactly something that encapsulates like, any of our conversations or who we are. And then I thought of like something that I was as a kid, which was like handwriting a card. Like I wouldn't go to the store and buy a card for like someone's birthday gift and then write in it. I would actually just like make the whole card from scratch, like take a blank piece of paper.
Because you're amazing.
Well, basically. I was like,
no,
I was
you
like
are.
10.
I also had no money, but you were amazing. Okay. Okay.
And I wasn't too ashamed of my drawing skills at 10. You don't want to see those cards. Luckily, I didn't have to draw for what's about to come, so no one's going to be horrified. So
I'm excited. I'm also nervous.
I'm also excited and nervous. When I built it, I had no idea anyone was going to see it but you. But hey, everyone's going to see it.
Okay. Well, number one, I already love it. Number two, we are recording this via video. We will be posting the video on Facebook and YouTube. But I'm going to do my best to articulate audibly like what I see, but then I'll also likely post this somewhere on Instagram so people can know and be able to see the NFT that I was given on my birthday. It's the first time I've been given a birthday NFT. Hang on. JD is in the room with us. He's very quiet behind the scenes. Oh, we're getting it for social. Talk to me. Talk to me. He's not the best right now. Okay. So here we go.
So. Right. Okay. So that was the card, right?
Yes.
So I used to make these handmade cards for friends and whatnot. And I was thinking I would like to do something similar, but in the digital world as an NFT for you, because I couldn't quite find like the card, I couldn't find like the store-bought card for you that I felt like quite fit. So I was like, instead of getting store-bought card, let's make the card by hand. But this is NFT version. So I guess this is the evolved version of what I did as a kid.
Okay, so just so that people are understanding, there's a wooden table that's sitting between Daniel and myself, and we're facing each other. But to my right, his left, there is a large television screen that's actually broadcasting his computer screen. So he's going to reveal his NFT to me, my birthday gift, just in case anybody forgot, it is his birthday, and I get to see it in a larger than life capacity. I'm so good.
Everyone, don't forget to wish Jasmine a happy birthday.
That's right. I'm unashamed. Okay, so we're going to OpenSea.io.
That's right.
And he's going to be clicking over.
So this is my profile. I should now go to Jasmine's profile, which I don't know if I should be exposing you right now. Are you good with that?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
After episode 5, I did get JasmineStar.ETH.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is. .ETH. The cool kids are saying, ETH, and I'm like, the homeschooler's like, ETH. Okay.
Okay, here we are. So I can see that it's owned by this account. Oh, wait a minute. I wrote Jasmine.ETH, not Jasmine Star.
Yeah, no, full name,
Full
branding
name.
it. We're extending branding. Okay,
All
there
right.
it is.
JasmineStar.ETH, owned by JasmineStar.ETH. Okay,
Oh!
so you know what? Wait, here it comes. Okay, so the title of the NFT.
That's amazing. Okay, so what I'm looking at right now on OpenSea, please feel free to check out my wallet, is entitled Coolest CEO. It's a meme of Michael Scott from The Office, aka one of the best shows, and Michael's holding a mug that says "World Best Boss," and the text below says, that pretty much sums it up. That is perfect. That's a subtle flex. If I actually knew you were gonna have a meme that was like around the world's best boss, I probably would be opening it in front of a lot of other people. But this is amazing. Please feel free to check out my wallet. I will never sell this. It's probably priceless. Let's just be real.
It's probably also worth $0.
Amazing. That is amazing. Okay, so I would like to look at the traits of the
Absolutely.
properties.
Okay, so with the properties, it was like a mix of just like, okay, what are some like things that like you enact on the world, and what are some like, you know, characteristics? And I thought I'd kind of like mix the two up. Okay, so we have like impact, and I was like, well, you know what? It's outsized. I don't think we could really measure that. So I was just like, she's a force. She's a force. Generosity, immeasurable, right? Because even that, I can't measure that. Perspective, and this is a big one, is invaluable. Like I was just thinking about today in our meeting, right? It's super valuable to just hear you talk about all these things. We talk about all these product things, marketing things, and even just our conversations outside of work too. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I was like, invaluable. And committed every day.
Every day, every day.
Every day.
Alphabetically, every day. Daniel, thank you so much. This is the best birthday yet.
Thank
You're
you, thank
amazing. You're amazing. JD and I just stinking adore you. And JD's behind the scenes filming all of this because we just look back at photos and videos. We're like, we love this guy. Speaking of OpenSea, let's take a look. Let's go to my wallet. Let's take a look at my what?
I forgot there's unlockable content that I put in there. So, okay, there's 2 more things there.
Okay.
3 more things that are part of this NFT kit.
Okay.
So, one of them is the description. It's just like, I thought this was kind of like the part of the card where it's like, you know, it's like I wrote my little message in there.
It says created by you. This NFT belongs to the world's coolest person. Someone who deserves to be celebrated, not just on their birthday, but every day. This is so sweet.
And it's part of the Star birthday collection. So, because on OpenSea, you have to create a collection to have an NFT, even if there's only one NFT in the collection. But here's the fun part: is there actually are 2 items in the collection. So first of all, there's like the main
So
NFT.
Daniel's clicking in OpenSea, clicked on the collection. There's 2 items in the collection.
And the second item. So the second item, it was actually a test NFT that I made a while back, but I thought I might as well include it. And this one's actually owned by Jake.
Okay, Jake is also in the room. Jake is our CTO. And Jake, Daniel, and myself, we talk about this. We geek out with each other. So the fact that Jake previously owned this NFT makes it priceless. And also probably nobody would pay for it either. But hey, like priceless.
Priceless in both sense.
So Jake gave me a birthday gift without knowing he gave me a birthday gift. Thanks, Jake. Much love. Okay. Also in my wallet, let's take a look at. Actually, let's talk about VeeCon first.
Yes, okay.
Okay, so bring everybody up to date. Part of the utility of a VeeFriend, Gary Vaynerchuk's first NFT project, was getting access to a conference. JD and I are going to the conference, and we thought it'd be really cool to invite Daniel along with us. So how did this happen? How did Daniel get access to this conference not having a V1 VeeFriend? So, want to go there?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I remember you were telling me, you're like, you want to come to VeeCon? And I was like, oh my God, yes, let's go. Let's totally do it. And but then I was like, I don't even know how I'm gonna do this. I thought it was like completely sold out. You know, I thought like most of the NFTs that are now associated with VeeCon are going for like many tens or maybe even hundreds of ETH. I don't know. But, so yeah, I ended up texting you later that night or later in the week, and I was like, Jasmine, we're going to find a ticket, like, I don't know.
Okay,
how
so
this
this is where I
works.
can step up. Okay, so
Yeah.
it was Daniel's birthday. And we connected with Daniel. I was like,
Just
Daniel
the
and I are
birthday
driving.
episode.
Yeah, it's a birthday episode. And we were thinking, how could we actually get a way for Daniel to be there with us since he's been a part of the journey? And I was in VeeFriends Discord. And so you've heard Daniel and I talk about Discords. This is when there's a community around an NFT. And it was there that I read that they were selling access tickets. You would not get an NFT proper, but you would be able to buy a ticket on the blockchain to the event. And I was just like, I think that this is going to be an amazing opportunity for us. And so you were able to get access to this ticket on OpenSea. And if you're wondering what OpenSea is or how to access it, we went through that in episode 2. So be sure to find out what this actually means. So Daniel got access to the ticket. Now, at the time that we bought the ticket, and this is where things get really weird in like Web3, is we bought the ticket. How much was the ticket?
Oh, geez. It ended up being $6,000.
So it was like 1.6E. At the time,
Yeah.
it was 1.6E.
1.68 is about right.
So now people are hearing this, they're like, that's a lot of money. And it is, period. But just think about this. There are conferences that cost that same amount of money, $6,000 to go to a conference for 4 days. And so when we're looking about how do we expand things in social curator, how do we expand things within our team, how do we develop knowledge that will pay itself forward, $6,000 is, yes, a lot of money, but it's a small investment to figure out how can we expand in new markets. So we can tie that up to with a big bow and be like, ta-da, except for the fact that yesterday I texted Daniel and I was like, question mark, like what in the world is going on here? Because I saw the price of the tickets were trading not at 1.6, but at, do you remember?
I think it was half an E or a little less.
It
or a
was
little less than an E.
0.59E. So if you're listening to this, theoretically, the value of the ticket that Daniel has to the conference dropped a ton.
To a third.
To a third.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of people talking in VeeFriends Discord, and people felt like they were bamboozled, they felt like they lost money, they bought multiple tickets for VeeCon. And that leads us to the second part of this conversation. What made the price of that ticket drop? And so for anybody who's listening and you're like, I bought something on the blockchain, or I bought a ticket to a conference and it's now worth less than when I bought it, I'm looking at it as like a perspective shift. Like I was okay spending as a business, we were okay investing in a $6,000 ticket. Now I'm bummed because it's now about less than 2,000, but what are we going to learn? What are we going to get? It's going to be more than what we had invested in. But I also think it's like a really big lesson along the way. Now I started digging in, asking Daniel, like what could cause like a shift? And we were both kind of speculating. And then I was in, again, VeeFriends Discord, and people were talking about VeeFriends V2. So are you familiar with that at all, Daniel?
I remember you were talking about a little bit of it today. But I honestly, I don't think I know enough about it to like completely dive in. So I'll let you dive in on the
Well, unfortunately,
Yeah.
I'm not the smartest. Like I depend on you for me to have like, okay, I'm not sure how this works, and then I depend on you for clarity. But essentially, if you bought a V1 VeeFriend, which I did, I bought a Loyal Lobster. When they're launching V2, they're airdropping a V1. I bought a V1. It was a hand-drawn lobster by Gary Vaynerchuk.
Right.
V2 is the digital version. It's like a computer-generated version, like a full-on cartoon. It's not like a Sharpie drawn image. It now looks much closer to like what a Pokemon would look like. Mm-hmm. So the V2, they're calling it a different pose. So now the lobster is in a different pose. They're going to airdrop a V2 to all V1 friend holders as like a thank you. Now, if you're wondering what an airdrop is, we discussed airdropping in episode 3. So basically you're getting a gift because you are holding an NFT. They're going to be giving you one in addition to that. So as a V1 NFT holder, I'm getting a free V2, but I actually have to make a claim for it. And like, I'm using the wrong words, like, please let me know. No, so then I have to mint the V2. So I have a V1, and in Discord, they're saying, if you want the V2, you're going to have to connect your wallet to VeeFriends and then pay gas fees.
Do you, are they setting a price for it?
I think I read in there 0.7E.
0.7E.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it sounds it sounds less like an airdrop and more of kind of like a whitelist, which is they're saying anyone who's done this previous action is going to be the first person that's allowed to, or the first group of people that's going to be allowed to do this action. So, okay, I was about to jump ahead on something, some of the bracelet NFT stuff.
Yeah, let's go there.
Okay, let's go
Okay,
there.
wait, because,
All right.
okay, so right now, like, we'll kind of tie this up. People are listening and being like, this is so overwhelming. Well, I just kind of, the reason we're recording this is because number one, I want to open the conversations for somebody like myself who is very much overwhelmed with it, but just still diving in. Because I think what could happen is I could drop an episode in 8 months and be like, so all of this stuff happened without people actually realizing how difficult and foreign it feels for me. So I'm saying, oh, they're gonna airdrop because I think that's what I read, but I also read things around 0.78. So then I wonder, are they doing can they do two things at once? So they airdrop the V2 to all V1 friend holders and then give us the accessibility to buy first for other V2 friends at starting at 0.78. Is that possible?
That's definitely possible. They can
Okay.
decide to give everyone a free NFT and then also giving you guys the right to mint even more before everyone else.
I think that's what it is,
Okay.
but we'll verify. We'll
Sweet.
figure out. And you know what we're gonna verify? We're gonna verify it when we're in Minnesota for VeeCon. That is happening at the time of this recording, it's happening legitimately in a month.
Oh my God. Wow,
I know.
that was creeping up. All
So
right.
we are going to be doing podcasts from Minnesota. Daniel and I are gonna be there. We're gonna be feet on the ground, boots on the ground, and inviting you to go on this conference with us. So that's where things are. I'll keep everybody updated about the V2 and that minting process and whatever I kind of came with that. But let's get into bracelets.
Yeah. Well, okay, actually, one more thing that just before we get to the bracelets.
Yeah.
I like to speak to the price about the whole thing with like, what happened to the price of,
Yeah.
of this whole like VeeCon NFT and
Mhm.
honest, I can't really speak to like if I know for sure, and I think this is just my like guess. I'm just throwing something out into the wind here, but you think about like Ticketmaster, right? Or you think about just like ticketing for events in general, and there's always scalpers that are part of the process.
Yes.
I wonder if like what we're seeing is this exacerbated effect of
Yeah.
scalpers just in the midst. Just because you think of like the Ticketmaster process, right? Like they built it into the process, so it's highly regulated what the scalpers can do. Versus, you know, in crypto land, you know, there's nothing you can really do to
Right.
stop people from scalping. I just think it's interesting though, because I think it's more transparent. We can see what's happening. Like, are people scalping? Do people just hold to sell?
Right. One thing too, in addition to that, some of the stuff that I was reading in Discord was in addition to scalping, people thought that it was a big demand for tickets and we're about a month out. And so it's like, if you aren't going to the conference now, are you really even going to go? One other thing that we had noticed was that they also announced being able to mint V2 at the same time. And so if given the option to go to a conference or get the V2 NFT, a lot of people were dumping the conference tickets in order to get funds for the V2. So
That makes a lot of sense.
yeah, and so I just want to be very open and transparent that like everything's a learning process and I'm excited for what is next. Let's get back to another thing in my wallet, which is the BFF bracelet. So Daniel, want to pick up that conversation?
Absolutely.
Daniel also has a bracelet. Is that okay that I said that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, Daniel has a bracelet too. And
Yeah.
so let's go back real quick. As a founding member of BFF, they hosted a live stream on YouTube. And Daniel was so amazing. Daniel joined and he watched online. And that's where I'll bring up that story right about now. Daniel's at the conference. Daniel got what for being at the conference?
I got a BFF bracelet. So actually right now on the screen, I have the founding BFF friendship bracelet, which is Jasmine's. Because, well, I guess we can get into like what your part and all that is in a second, but I attended the conference online because I knew Jasmine was going to be there and I just wanted to kind of see what was going on. I was excited. We were in the middle of our crypto. Oh no, we were just starting. We were like still writing out the outline and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And we were like, this is freaky. This almost exactly matches the outline we have for the podcast.
Yeah.
It was very validating to just know that, you know, we were kind of all on the same page. But yeah, I joined the conference, and then by the end of it, they say we have a little surprise for you all, everyone who joined the conference today. Give us your Ethereum addresses, and we're going to airdrop you guys an NFT that's going to allow you to take part in the pre-mint, or what you can become part of like the whitelist, so we can mint our NFTs before the public sale, where and anyone else could mint their NFTs. Yeah, so I'll leave it at that. I'll let you take over on
Okay,
what BFF
so
is and-
there were thousands of people who watched, and you said your Ethereum address. Is that, or can somebody who's listening is like their wallet address?
Oh yeah, their wallet
Okay,
address,
cool.
Ethereum
And
address.
Perfect,
It's
I
all
just want to make sure.
interchangeable.
Okay, good. So you submitted your wallet address and you were airdropped a bracelet. Now, what you're saying is like your whitelist is like you just get the opportunity to buy, like you get the opportunity to mint the NFT before anybody else. So think of this as like an early access ticket. You have an early access ticket to get it. But one thing that had happened was just the price of the early access ticket, not even the NFT itself, just the price of the early access ticket is now sitting at, I believe, 1.1.
Yeah.
At the time of this recording, somebody could sell, like Daniel could sell his BFF bracelet, which is not the NFT, it's the early access, all right? But he could sell this at the time of this recording for 1.13 ETH, which is about $3,500. Insane.
Right.
Insane. So they gifted Daniel essentially $3,500. And we heard really great, as founders, we get access to really great stories. There were people who watched, and there's one girl who I remember specifically, she had a lot of health issues and she had an extensive amount of hospital bills. And she was able, the following day or 2 days thereafter, had sold her bracelet for $1,600 and was able to pay back hospital bills. And I just think that this is such a crazy thing. It's like when they say that they gifted it, they truly did gift it. And so BFF is going to be minting on April 21st. And so as a founder and you as a bracelet holder, are you planning on minting?
Absolutely.
Okay,
no doubt about it.
So somebody like this, somebody who's sitting, maybe not with this particular bracelet, but they have this early access. What's going to be the process? Can you explain that?
Yeah. So, if I go to the beginning, right, receive the bracelet when you're taking part in any event for some NFT project. Now, once you've received this NFT that kind of acts as your key to the pre-mint, you're going to want to stay kind of up to date inside the Discord channels or following the Twitter accounts with notifications on and everything. That's actually how I found out about the minting date. Was I had my Twitter notifications on and they made a huge announcement, and I saw actually got to see like a sneak peek of what the collection was going to look like,
which is really cool.
It looks so good,
right?
Yeah,
awesome.
Like it almost reminded me a little bit of, I think the name of the other NFT collection is World of Women.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Hints of it. But Jade Purple is the designer, and she's an African-American designer. She designs her bombas. She's like, has like a really strong presence. And the goal was for women to be able to look at an NFT and see themselves in it. And so like Daniel's not a woman, but like if he found an NFT that reminded him of his mom or his sister or somebody like a strong representation of just a cool piece of artwork, that is, you get access to that. Okay, so you have this on the 21st, you're ready. What are you gonna do?
All right, so probably on the 21st, the first thing I'm doing in the morning, because I think the mint is at like 10 a.m. First thing I'm doing in the morning is making sure I have the right amount of ETH inside my wallet. I don't remember what the price was for minting. It might have been 0.7 or 0.007 ETH, I think was the price. I might be wrong, but whatever it is for whoever is going through this, whoever's going through a pre-mint for the first time, make sure that you have the right amount of ETH inside your wallet to take part in the pre-mint.
Yes.
And as we experienced with the VeeCon NFT, it took me almost 4 days to get my money in order.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
It's like the time that it takes to transfer. Now remember, we spoke about this in episode 1. You're going to have to convert your currency. So let's say the dollar into ETH. And ETH is what buys the NFT. So as Daniel was waiting for his dollars to convert to ETH, how long did it take?
Yeah, so I ended up depositing, like that $6,000 into Coinbase, and they let me take about like half of it out, but just because the bank transfer hadn't finalized yet, they weren't letting me take out the rest. It was kind of like collateral or something like that. And basically I had to wait what was 2 business days, but I had done it on a Friday.
Right.
So then I had Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, then finally on Wednesday, I ended up getting the funds in my wallet and I bought the VeeCon NFT. Now I wish that Coinbase ended up holding it for like a week or something, or bought it for like a third of the price.
Dang it. You're right, it's okay. A lesson learned. We're just starting the process. But yeah, that's exactly where JK and I are right now. So when it comes to minting VeeFriend 2, we needed to make sure we're in the process of waiting. So just like Daniel, we put dollars into Coinbase. We need to make sure that there's time in order for us to have enough ETH when the time comes to mint the V2. Okay.
And definitely keep a bit of buffer in your wallet for fees.
Yes.
Because like people sometimes will put exactly what they need, and then like pre-mint comes around and you're not ready because you don't have enough fees.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Okay. So once you do that, you have enough money in your wallet and the 21st comes around, what then happens?
Then I'm pretty much kind of refreshing their Twitter page all day or staying in the Discord and just making sure that, when I'm allowed to mint, I'm minting as soon as I could.
So describe that process, like, what do you mean, like, what actually happens?
So yeah, then at that point, once I like get a notification saying, mint has started, I'm gonna go to OpenSea. I'm gonna go to, I believe this is Syndicate NFTs is the creator of this collection. I would go and see like what other collections they've created, and it's probably gonna be the BFF founding collection, I think is what they're calling it. And then from there, I believe, oh no, I'm wrong. No, I wouldn't be going to OpenSea. You have, for a pre-mint, you have to go to their website. That's how it works with pre-mints.
Okay, because I was like, oh
Yeah.
no, because we're going to vfriends.com for V2.
Exactly.
So, okay, so we're good with it. I'm sorry, I'm talking to Daniel and JD at the same
We're
time. I
making
was
sure
like, we're
everything's in
good,
line.
we're good. I'm giving you like a thumbs up sign, like we're great. Okay, so I'm so happy we had this clarification because
Definitely.
it's helping me very much. So Daniel teaches me everything that I know when it comes to this stuff. So you would be going to bff.xyz.
Exactly.
Got it. And then you'd be linking up your wallet from there. Oh
Exactly.
my God, do I know what I'm talking about? I'm a good teacher.
You know it already. Like,
Dang, okay.
but yeah, basically I'd be going to their website. I'm gonna connect my wallet. There's probably like a connect your wallet button somewhere on the
Yes.
site.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna take part in the pre-mint. Like I'm gonna be guided through all of that on their website. And that is something with any NFT collection, they're gonna have their own implementation of like what the website looks like and all that stuff. But fundamentally the steps are the same, which is connect your wallet and then click the button that says, mint my NFT at this price. And that's it. Then within a few seconds, the NFT is gonna be in your wallet, but you're probably not gonna see what you actually bought just yet. Like it's probably gonna be a placeholder saying, the art is coming soon. I don't know if BFF is doing that, but a lot of NFT collections will do this, where we were talking about this in one of the episodes, which was a delayed release.
Reveal.
Reveal.
Okay.
Thank you. I forgot the name right there. Delayed reveal. It's a delayed reveal. Yeah.
So let's tap there real quick, just to bring everybody up to speed. There are NFT collections that, like, let's just say I was to launch an NFT project and I was collaborating with a really great artist, but I wasn't going to show all of the artwork. I'm just like, do you want to be a part of the project? Yes or no? And so people would say yes. So you know who did this was Justin Bieber.
Really?
Yes. So Justin Bieber collaborated with a very popular artist out in Paris. They had met in like, just get their circles kind of like meshed. Justin Bieber wanted to do an NFT project and got like wind that this artist was going to do them. So he reached out to the artist and said, let's collaborate on this. So, I mean, obviously Justin Bieber reached out, who's gonna say no? So the guy's like, yes, but they had decided on doing a delayed reveal. So you were buying, at the time, it was about $900, and I don't know what it was with ETH at the time, but each of the bears. So you knew that you were going to buy a bear. And when you bought it, it was then revealed. And I was listening to a story of a girl who bought 3 bears. She's like 25. She is a believer. She bought 3 bears, but she had one of the bears and it had a rainbow necklace. And that was how it was denoted as a special. Like she ended up getting a really rare NFT as part of the reveal. So she's in Justin Bieber's Discord and everybody's excited. And then she got sent a DM and she got fished. And all 3 of her bears were taken from her. And so it was like an investigative story to see if you can get back what you had lost. Let me just save everybody time. You can't. So this is where it's wise. Probably keep all of your DMs closed because you are likely to get fished. Nothing really comes good from DMs. Don't give anybody your wallet address. Don't give anybody anything that you think is too good to be true. It likely is. But all that to say was to go back to what a reveal could be. You could absolutely be investing in an NFT project without knowing what it is. This BFF project is going to be different because ideally they want women to be able to look at an NFT and find a piece of their identity within that.
Definitely. Being careful online with all this NFT stuff is making sure that, one thing I always see on Twitter is someone will tweet under a crypto-centric tweet. Like if the tweet has like some kind of hashtag with crypto, they'll like within seconds there'll be bots commenting under it saying, do you have trouble with like MetaMask or are you having trouble with Coinbase? And they'll pretend to be like the support team from those companies. And then they always end up getting you to like give maybe your wallet address, and that's fine. A wallet address is fine, but they start asking for your private key and stuff like that, which is what they usually get to, and then they just drain your wallet.
Right.
And that's probably what happened with her. That they probably asked for her private key, and she ended up losing everything from there. It's terrible the stuff people come up with, but
I mean, so all that to say is I wanted to have a quick update on where things have transpired. We recorded episode 5 of the Crypto Curious series around 3 weeks ago. Since that time, we have decided to get Daniel to the conference. we lost a little bit of money along the way. But we're both gonna be minting, BFF, the BFF project. We're excited about that. I will also be minting a V2, so very excited about that.
Exciting.
And we're gonna kind of take it from there, but I wanted to get everybody, like, let everybody know that they will be joining us as well when we are in Minnesota. I want to give people front row access if they don't have the ability to be there, but really are interested in this space. We want to paint a colorful picture of what it can be. So I'm excited to see you there.
Same here.
Cool. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of our, well, actually it was called Crypto Curious. Now we're just going to turn it into crypto conversations perhaps, or,
Ooh.
you know, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But for more information on how to get more information, you guys, this is why I need notes. This is why I need notes. And I'm spitting.
Yeah.
Sweet Jesus.
This
God.
whole thing was off the cuff, just so everyone knows.
And it's off the wall too.
It's
It's
off
off
the-
the wall while you're at it. If you would like to get caught up on the first 5 episodes and really lay a foundation for NFTs, you go to jasminestar.com/NFT checklist. Thank you all. I'll see you guys in the next episode of the Jasmine Star Show.
See you guys.